Alright, Schlockmeister fans. I watched Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's time to watch the sequel, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Garbage Day. Let's check it out. Alright, this is a doctor. He's got a patient named Ricky, who was Billy's little brother from the first movie.
He left us out there to die.
Ricky rehashes the first movie, tells him everything that happened to him.
It was a long time ago. How could you possibly remember all that?
Because I was there.
We left the orphanage. Yeah. Left you alone.
He didn't leave me. He was 18.
There's a flashback from the first film where he killed that guy. And he killed his boss with a hammer. And of course threw that guy out a window.
The others were innocent.
Oh no. They deserved it. But no one understood. Not even the police.
And who can forget the sledding beheading from the first film?
You're good, Doc. But I know all the moves. I could squash you like a bug.
It wasn't Billy.
Who can forget when he
It was
shot the
Homer
wrong
Johnson,
Santa?
the janitor. Poor deaf son of a bitch. Father.
And the last scene from the first movie, but a different actor.
Naughty.
After 40 minutes, we finally see what happened to Ricky after the events of the first film. He was adopted by the Rosenbergs.
My stepdad.
And then stepdad died after 5 years.
And guess what? That hit me pretty hard.
At one point, Billy saw a couple kind of canoodling in the grass.
Say what?
No. I mean, you want it.
And when he gets a little too aggressive with her, he starts having flashbacks of when his mom got assaulted by the Santa, even though he gets into the truck and runs over the dude. And when he's done doing that, he runs over him again. And what's the girl's reaction?
Thank you.
Don't pay on.
When he sees a mob guy beating up somebody. So he attacks the mob guy with an umbrella. Quite a scene.
Who is this?
Jennifer.
Jennifer is played by Elizabeth Caton, and that's who he lost his virginity to.
It's great. It's about this guy who dresses up like Santa Claus and kills people.
What? I'm holding you up, asshole.
This movie's so bogus. It really is. Watch this. Next thing you know.
Jennifer's old boyfriend.
That's what she said when I fucked her brains out in the backseat of old Red here.
Well, that's naughty talk. Jennifer's next. Ricky's on a rampage now.
No funny stuff. I know how to use this.
Great police work. Now Ricky's got a gun. And he's not afraid to use it.
Garbage day! No! No more bullets.
It apparently happened off camera, but
Sorry things worked out this way, Henry. You only wanted to help.
Christmas. Santa's back.
he's got himself a suit, too. He's looking for Mother Superior. And he finds her.
I want to talk about old times.
You are being very, very naughty.
Naughty this.
Did he actually do it?
Mother Superior, are you all right?
He did. It took a few more bullets to get him down, but he appears to be dead. But is he? Find out in part 3. All right. Let's talk about Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. I watched Part 1 yesterday. Time for Part 2 today. Now, this is a movie that came out a couple years after the original, and it's an 87-minute movie. However, the first half of it, literally 40 minutes, are basically showing scenes from the first film. So they made half of a film here. It's kind of like watching Criminally Insane Part 2 or those ridiculous Death Nurse movies, which were Part 3 and 4. And those were only an hour long, and half of it was all footage from the other films. So anyway, here we have Ricky, the younger brother of Billy from the first film. He's now grown up and in some sort of asylum or something like that. And he's basically telling the story to some psychiatrist of what happened to him. And that's where we see the rehash of all the scenes from the first film. Eventually, we don't see it. It happens off camera, but he kills the psychiatrist and gets out. And then he goes on a spree trying to go find Mother Superior, who he grew up with. Now, I should also say, let me backtrack a little bit here. As we see Ricky's story, we do see all the scenes from the first film, and then they show some actual footage of what happened to him after that, where he grew up with his family, and then the father died, and then he killed a few people along the way, which ultimately probably led him into this asylum. So, it includes that famous scene, or infamous scene, where he says, "Garbage day," and shoots somebody. I'm not sure why that's become such an internet fascination, but it has amongst bad horror fans like myself. But anyway, ultimately, he gets to Mother Superior's, and he kills her. He actually does kill her. It's not one of these things where she gets saved at the end by the cops bursting in. However, the cops do burst in with another nun, and before he can kill anybody else, they find the original Mother Superior, and her head falls off, and then they kill Billy. But the last scene in the movie is Billy opening his eyes again, setting up a sequel for Part 3, which did happen, and I will watch that tomorrow. And as I recall, Ricky woke up, I don't know, he was still alive, but it was a weird type of thing. I'm not exactly sure, but I guess I'll find out tomorrow. But anyway, that's it, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Again, it's a pretty damn cheap film if half of the movie is literally scenes from Part 1, but whatever, right? I'm sure they made a mint selling this thing to video stores back in the 80s. I don't think this had a theatrical release, or if it did, it was very, very brief. And there was no protests about this one, so Part 2 came off without a hitch, even though half of it was featuring the killer Santa from the first movie. But anyway, that's whatever. So anyway, this is available on DVD and Blu-ray. I'll leave a link to the Blu-ray down below if you are so interested. I have the DVD. As I recall reading this is from Anchor Bay, the extras on the Blu-ray, I think, were taken off of the DVD. So really, you're only going to get a slight upgrade if everything I read is correct. Now, I thought I also saw something that there was an interview with the guy who plays Ricky on one of the new Blu-rays. So maybe it wasn't complete. I don't know. But anyway, check it out. Silent Deadly Night Part 2. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think about it. Garbage Day. Watch it. Bye.